How would you react when you're out with your friends and someone pulls out a camera and starts filming? Or when you're giving a speech and someone starts filming you? Or when you're just simply in front of the camera? Well, in this film, I'll be looking at the impacts the camera has on people's behaviours and/or attitudes when they're in front of a camera. A good example of this is from the 1978 film Grease, where all of the students are at a party and teachers tell them about a TV crew coming in to film them, and they're told to just ignore the cameras. But as soon as the cameras do start filming, they go nuts and try to be in front of the camera. However, that was scripted and they were told to go nuts. But the point is there, I know from personal experience that I change when I'm in front of the camera. And you can see from TV, when it's not scripted, people do change when they're in front of the camera, they make faces and they do silly things towards the camera. I've interviewed a number of people who have had different experiences with being on camera and asked them about their time. The first person I interviewed is someone who has had a lot of experience with being on camera and shares about it on her YouTube channel. Do you notice a difference in your attitude towards your topic when the camera is in front of you?
The completely honest answer is yeah. I like to think I come off as real as I can on camera, and like that's the whole point of it, that you're being you, it's your channel, you're not playing an actor and things. But definitely when the camera comes on, I'll try to be a bit bubblier or like more enthusiastic or whatever. But I genuinely do try to keep it really similar to like normal me when the camera's off and then filming me.
I also interviewed someone else who had a YouTube channel for a bit, where he was talking about making films. Did you notice a difference in your attitude towards your topic when the camera was in front of you?
Yeah, big time. And I've played around with sort of filming stuff from quite a long time. Like I think a lot of people do, like when you're younger with your phone or whatever, you're recording your mates. And I know as soon as you hit record, like everybody just becomes hyper. You'd probably be able to relate to this. Everyone just becomes like the biggest version of themselves. And I guess a little bit that still happens to me. I'll still be like, get all excited and try and present the topic in a interesting way, which usually comes off as a bit too intense. But so yeah, I think people do put it on for the camera, and I think I put it on for the camera as well sometimes.
Someone else I interviewed is my friend, who isn't hugely experienced with cameras, but isn't afraid to pull a face or two when he's in front of one. Would it have been easier, do you reckon, to have been with your friends, but without the cameras filming you?
I suppose maybe a little bit. I don't think it makes as much of a... I don't think it makes much difference. Yeah, I think if I'm doing something and someone brings out the camera, then I think if I do know what I'm doing, then it will make me sort of want to show off to the camera. But if I don't know what I'm doing, then I think it would probably make it quite difficult, or make me feel very self-conscious about it.
I interviewed someone who isn't afraid to stand up in front of a large audience and deliver a speech to everyone. As you know, I was there when you were giving the speech, and you looked and sounded very confident. How did you feel giving the speech, knowing that you were being filmed?
To me, while speaking, I hardly realized that I was being filmed, because I realized that when I speak in front of a large audience or in front of a camera, I kind of delve into the zone where I don't really look at what's happening in front of me. I'm very, very, very much concentrated in my mind. I'm thinking about what I'm saying, and almost my entire brain capacity is kind of thinking about what I'm saying. And I barely have the brain capacity to think about what's in front of me. I'm not really taking in any of the people that are in front of me or the camera, because I'm completely blocking it out just to kind of completely concentrate onto what I'm saying, which is why I think I find it easy to be so confident when I'm talking like that in front of large audience, because to me, it's just easy to block that out. When I think of me doing the speech, I don't really remember seeing a large crowd or seeing cameras. I just remember what I was saying. So I think to me, that's just something that comes very easily to me, which is probably the reason why I like kind of giving these speeches, because I just find it easy.
Another person I interviewed is my former media studies teacher, who's seen pupils use cameras a lot and seen their attitudes change.
So how do the younger pupils act differently compared to the seniors when a camera's in front of them?
It's difficult to generalize because, even in a relatively small class, you've still got, 15, say, very individual people with each of whom has their own kind of set of feelings and experiences of using cameras and appearing in front of a camera. Overall, the difference would be, if you were to generalize, it would be that a lot of the time by 5th or 6th year, they're losing a lot of the self-consciousness that they have in 3rd year. And a lot of that's not so much down to having more experience with the use of camera. It's down to the maturing experience of an adolescent and where they are in terms of their kind of development as a person when they're 16 as opposed to 13.
I also interviewed someone who's had experience with being in front of the camera, but as an actress.
Other than when you're actually acting, do you feel yourself physically and or verbally change when the camera is in front of you?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it depends on the character. Like when I'm rehearsing and there's no camera there, I really don't act that much just because I don't like over rehearsing. But then as soon as when there's a camera there, I immediately go in sort of professional actress mode. And then that's sort of when I really connect to the character. So, I mean, when the camera's on me, that's when I transform into whoever the character is. And then, I sort of verbally and physically become the character. It's like, in a way, I almost don't, sounds bad, but I almost sort of don't take things completely seriously until the camera's there. Like, as soon as the camera's there, I'm switched on. I'm like full actress mode. Yeah.
From making silly faces, changing just because someone else is in the room, we now know that cameras definitely do have an effect on someone's behaviour and or attitude.